Yeah, let's jump into it. Probably gonna be a shorter one because nothing happened.
Yeah, that was, I mean, obviously we sat there together and watched it, so we don't really need to go over too much how terrible of a game that was to one another, but however, this is a Seahawks podcast, so we'll get through what we can. But I thought we ran the ball to start off the game really well. Um, Found it pretty alarming, especially because it was raining, that we abandoned that game plan almost immediately when it looked like the Bears offense was going to be going three and out for most of the day. Or not literally, but that's how they were playing, was they weren't putting up anything offensively. So just kind of mystifying why we decided to do that and then proceed to score 6 points.
Yeah, I mean, we still dropped back, let's see, 29 times as opposed to 22 runs. So the fact that even on a night like that, where, offense is clearly not happening, you're running the ball pretty good and it's pouring down rain in Chicago in 41-degree weather, and you're still dropping back to pass more than you run. It's just kind of mystifying. Granted, I mean, give the Bears credit on defense. They really showed up to play today. They were really putting the clamps on our receivers, which was frustrating because the last time I saw the likes of Tyreek Stevenson, he was taunting to the crowd on a Hail Mary pass that he gave up.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was pretty embarrassing of
DK,
DK to let that bum get to him.
at
Like,
least DK made that really good catch later on in the game where it looked like it was about to hit the ground.
that's true.
Kind of made up for it. DK has only had that's his first penalty since week 4, so he has cleaned that up. But yeah, it was just like, dude, like I thought we were over this, Total. It's like he relapsed on heroin, but his heroin is beating up corners after the play for no reason.
I know it was I think why it just made me so annoyed was because that guy Tyreek Stevenson has been like a meme this year on his trash talking backfiring. So it's like, DK, just play your game. You don't This guy is like known for losing games. Why are you letting him draw penalties against you? Like, it just they're boneheaded plays that I thought, like you said, we were past, but I guess not. So,
Yeah, and it's funny, I feel like this is another, piece of evidence against having teams be able to play two Thursday night games in a season because literally 4 days ago, I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Vikings because of the holidays, but we put up 24 points against a really, really good, like arguably top 2 or 3 defense in the league in Minnesota. And then 4 days later, we look like that against the Bears. It's not a coincidence. We've had to play so many games in like a tight window of time twice this year. It's annoying.
yeah, it's funny you say that because I kind of have felt that same way all season. And I don't want to talk too much about them, but you know who else just had to play? I think it was 3 games in 9 days or 3 games in 10 days. The
Mhm.
Chiefs.
And the Ravens, I think both of those sets of teams had to do that. But I mean, yeah, I mean we haven't talked about them because we haven't done our power rankings in a while, but the Chiefs just look well on their way to another Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
we're gonna need a real upset. I kind of hope Joey B finds a way into the playoffs because I feel like if given another chance, they could do it.
He's our only hope. And if he doesn't make it in, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
The
But
frosted white tips was our only hope at the non-three-peat, and now
if
it's
if he had
it's
just
look.
not done that to his hair, maybe things would be different. Maybe the Chiefs would have lost all those close games. Who knows?
I think it's a good look on him. I like it.
I,
I'm thinking about doing it to myself.
that would be insane. You might get our channel blocked on YouTube.
Oh, come on.
Uh no, come on. It's not happening. Speaking of hope though, as horrifically gross as this game was, literally 0 points in the second half total. How many punts There were 13 punts in this game. Neither team got, I mean, we did outplay them offensively. We got to 122 rush yards, outplayed the Bears all game, but to have it be that close at the end to where like one more miraculous Caleb Williams throw and we're looking at overtime, not great, but they did just enough in this game to keep our season alive all the way up until the game on Sunday. It's gonna be weird now. First things first, we need Mr. Call of Duty to go on a kill streak against the Rams and go 2-0 against them this season. It's absolutely the easiest way for us to get in now because there's a chance that there's actually a good chance that if the Rams win on Sunday or Saturday, whenever it is that they're playing, it doesn't even matter if we beat them next week. Either way, I want to beat the Rams because fuck the Rams and I want to get 10 wins. We've been 9-8 2 years in a row. A third year straight would make me lose my mind a little bit, but I guess to put this game away into the annals of history, couple shout outs here. Thought Kenny McIntosh looked really good out there tonight, which was fun to see because he's basically just only existed in our imagination for 2 seasons now. But I feel like that guy's got to get some more carries.
Yeah, I kind of was surprised at the amount of carries he got tonight, just because, just like you were saying, he only existed in our imagination before tonight. But yeah, I like what I've seen so far from him. Was kind of surprised it took up until week 17 for him to finally get some. Well, I guess he's gotten a little bit of action earlier on in the season, but not
Yeah,
a whole
whenever
lot.
Walker was
So
out.
so
Yeah, but I mean, he's someone that I think is worth keeping around. I mean, I feel like we're going into an interesting offseason with Walker, no matter what happens the rest of the season for sure. But yeah, the defense, obviously, I mean, for as much as we want to harp on the offense for only putting up 6 points against this 4-12 now Bears team, the defense just didn't even give them a chance to make this a game. Uh, what, 7 sacks for the Seahawks, two for Leonard Williams. He might be, if he gets a sack next week, he'll get over 10 for the season, which will be the first time a Seahawks player has done that um, since actually, I think, what's his name? How am I forgetting his fucking name? It's right in front of me. Jerron Reed did it in 2018. That's the last player to get over 10 sacks in a season for the Seahawks. Um, and then Devin Witherspoon, again, leading the team in tackles, had a sack, had a few tackles for loss. Outstanding performance. And for as much crap as we've given Tariq Woolen, sealing the game with the pick, I feel like that's something he needed. He's had a rough couple weeks. I don't think he was necessarily at fault for the game-winning touchdown pass to Jefferson last week, but the week before against the Packers, he got toasted.
mhm.
So, like that for him. Hopefully that gets some confidence back going into the matchup against the Rams. And Mike McDonald finishing out his first season, no matter what happens the rest of the way, with a guaranteed winning season. So he's already coming for Mike Tomlin's record.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the numbers of the game. I didn't realize the time of possession, the Bears had more time of possession than we did. That's kind
Oh,
of,
they did?
yeah.
It almost
I
doesn't
mean,
like
I mean only by 40 seconds, but that's still, I guess that's fitting given the game was 6-3.
it's funny. I bet you that only swung their way because their last drive was the whole last third of the fourth quarter. Like it was like a 5.5 minute drive that went 40 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I know it was Caleb's rookie season, but he was making some throws tonight that I was like, this is like this is like Anthony Richardson bad. Like these are not even close.
Yeah,
And like
the Bears had some opportunities out there in the first half, first quarter in particular, for some big plays and just kind of airmailed it. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I guess we got kind of lucky in that sense because I mean, there was just some wide open plays that just were airmailed and then punt. So.
Yeah, at
We got a little
least
lucky there.
at the very least, he made for Caleb Williams' sake, making those two hero throws to extend their potential game-winning drive was, I mean, that really impressed me. It annoyed the shit out of me because I wanted the game to be over. But both those throws he made to DJ Moore on fourth down and then Odunze on third and 15 were certifiably insane. So I guess good for him for that, but. Yeah, I mean, 100 yards passing is not he. The Bears had 71 net passing yards with the amount of sacks they took, and that's like John Skelton territory. So, not somewhere you want to be.
You're basically dead at that point.
But yeah, I mean, I guess overall, I'm pretty happy. Really, really wish that we had finished off the Vikings when we had a chance to last weekend. We were so close because not only would that make this next game against the Rams a for sure winner take all, but it would have made my offseason prediction of 11-6 that much more likely to be true. Now I'm for sure wrong. So
Yeah, I mean, what is the Rams only have what is their record? 9 and
they're 9-6.
so if they win against the Cardinals, yeah, the season's over. But that's what I was confused about was if they lose and then we play them and we win, don't we still isn't that because I thought the tiebreaker was like we had the same uh divisional record and NFC record, and then it goes like the third tiebreaker is like
It literally is going to come down to common opponents. If the Rams win this weekend and then we beat them next weekend, it goes down to who wins throughout the league in week 18. Like it's
yeah,
going to
that's
come down
crazy.
to a crazy scenario. So it could happen, but we really, 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 I mean, think of 2 years ago when we needed the Lions to go into Green Bay and beat Detroit when they had nothing to play for.
Hmm.
We Lightning could strike twice. We could have the same thing happen, and then we're in. Of course, we have to beat the Rams, who have always been difficult to beat. But we should, man, think of if we just had not blown it against them in like week 5. Like we could really still have something with this season.
Hmm.
But that's the thing is like the NFL is the margins are so slim, and it's like think of a team like the Chiefs where they could easily have the same record as us if they were slightly less lucky this season.
Yeah, I agree with all that, but like I almost think if we didn't lose that game against the Rams, we wouldn't have won the game against the Niners.
Maybe it's hard to say. One thing's for sure, we should not have lost to the fucking Giants. They're the worst team in the league. I'm still disgusted that that happened. That
Yeah,
might be Daniel Jones' last win ever as a starting
it might
quarterback.
be his best win.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he did beat Kirk Cousins in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
there you
but
go.
did Kirk Cousins win? Has he ever won any playoff game? Maybe one. I can't remember, honestly.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Couldn't say.
I'm so bothered that I don't know that. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on 1 second. Just gotta go to Pro Football Reference, the best site in the world. Kirk Cousins is 1-3 in the playoffs. Who the hell did they play in 2019?
The Saints? The Saints. They played the
Was it the
Saints and beat them.
Saints?
Yep.
Oh.
Because remember,
Well,
Drew Brees choked once again in the playoffs.
oh yeah, it was an overtime game. Yeah, and then
Hmm.
they got destroyed by the 49ers immediately after. That's
Yeah.
crazy that Kirk Cousins has played this long and he only has one playoff win. I don't think Derek Carr has any, and he's been playing for
He doesn't.
almost as long.
The closest he came to a playoff win was that season against the Bengals, where,
The Bengals made the Super Bowl.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Derek
I
Carr grew
forgot.
his hair out.
I'm glad they lost. Well, anywho, I guess I've pretty much said all I need to say about the state of Seahawks world right now. I guess if there's anything else I want to look up while we're at it is if whether or not DK is going to get over 1,000 this season receiving yards. He got 30 today, so he is. Oh, he's still got a. He has to have a big game next week to even get to 1,000,
Mm.
but got over 900. Definitely, probably his worst season as a pro though, because at least in his rookie year and in 2021, he got like a shitload of touchdowns. So there will be conversations about DeKalen this offseason for sure.
I thought you were talking about, for some reason, I thought you were talking about Kalen DeBoer, and that was like a Ryan
Oh,
Grubb reference.
no, not
But
quite.
it's kind of making me think Ryan Grubb sucks because if he's not utilizing DK, but maybe that's not it. Maybe it's more utilizing JSN and DK is the decoy per
I
se,
feel like
drawing the double team.
if you're just using DK as a decoy though, like you you can do better than that. Like your best weapon should be more than just a like red herring. I don't know. I feel like the last two games have not been a very good uh piece of evidence to keep Ryan Grubb, especially tonight. At least last week we put up some numbers, but I felt like really we just made some heroic plays on offense throughout the game against the Vikings. But tonight was just like every time it felt like we should run the ball, we threw it, and vice versa. It was
Yeah.
just gross. But I mean, I'm again like I'm not adamant that we needed to move on from Grubb. I'm just like you you're not impressing me, buddy, and I want to be impressed.
Yeah, same. That's really all I got. Um, yeah, we'll come back and do this thing after. I guess we can do a. You want to do like a reaction to the Sunday games? I don't know. We could do a little
We
thing.
could do a reaction to the Rams game, maybe. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Also, we're both in some fantasy championships this weekend, which is a rarity considering I'm involved in the discussion. But
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb sitting out this week. It might end my season because I had to start Roma Dunes and he got one catch.
yeah, that's not
So
great. DeAndre Hopkins did not do me any favors against the Steelers as well, but alas.
there's a lot of
Anywho,
football left to be played. That's what
yeah.
you got to remember.
Yeah, this week is so weird where you have games on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting like it's a kind of a little too much. I never thought I'd say that, but like I hate not knowing. I hate being surprised that there's a game on to like on a day. I'm like, it's it like mainly for fantasy purposes.
I was gonna say it's kind of pissing me off that there was still a Thursday game after the Christmas games because like I was in a situation where I had Charbonnet and James Conner. James Conner was questionable. I don't have another running back I can put in behind him, so I just kind of felt the need to start Charbonnet. Whereas if we were playing on Sunday, wouldn't have had to do that.
Right. And it also annoyed me that like we only had one day in between last week and this week for like the weeks. Because like the weekend's Monday, then Tuesday happens, then Wednesday happens, and then it's Thursday night football. This week we only had Tuesday, and then like 10 a.m. Wednesday, they updated the like matchups. It's like we had basically like you wake up and then immediately run to your phone to like make sure your lineup is good. And
Yeah,
then the week
on
starts.
Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
But
Well,
all
all
right.
right. We'll definitely have another pod coming at you soon here, a couple days, and yeah, thanks for listening. We're still alive. We ain't dead yet
Yes.
for at least 2 more days.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later.
Later.